The book of Numbers is not about wandering in circles. It is about transformation. Israel has been freed from Egypt, but freedom does not automatically make a people ready. So God begins Numbers not with miracles, but with order. He commands a census. This is not about inflating power or counting pride. In the ancient world, censuses were taken for war, responsibility, and inheritance. God is forming a nation, not a crowd. Every tribe is named, every family is accounted for. No one is lost in the mass. Then comes something archaeologically important. The camp is arranged with precision. Each tribe has a designated position, and at the center stands the tabernacle. God's presence is not symbolic background. It is the literal center of national life. Ancient nomadic groups did not camp this way. Archaeology shows that survival-based nomads moved irregularly, driven by water and pasture. A centralized sacred structure surrounded by tribal divisions reflects priestly organization and covenant identity, not random movement. This is not myth language. This is administrative language. As Israel begins to move, pressure reveals the heart. Complaints arise almost immediately. Food becomes the issue. Comfort becomes the craving. Egypt, the place of slavery, suddenly sounds attractive when discipline replaces indulgence. Numbers exposes a pattern still alive today. People want freedom without formation, blessing without obedience, promise without patience. Then comes the defining moment. 12 spies are sent to scout the land. All 12 see the same land. All 12 confirm its richness. But only 2 trust that God can deliver it. The issue was never the giants. It was unbelief. This moment reshapes history. An entire generation disqualifies itself, not because God failed, but because fear overruled faith. Here's the brutal truth Numbers teaches. Miracles do not produce trust. Character does. The wilderness becomes a forge, not to punish, but to expose, not to destroy, but to refine. Day after day, the people are fed by God, led by God, and protected by God, yet still resist Him. That tension is not accidental. It's the message. Before promise comes readiness. Before inheritance comes responsibility. If this breakdown is already changing how you see Scripture, take a second and share this with someone who thinks the Bible is just stories. Because what comes next connects the text directly to archaeology and history. Numbers is not about getting lost, it's about being shaped. And not everyone survives the shaping.
The wilderness is a testing ground, and Numbers shows how a people is refined under pressure. As Israel moves, murmuring begins. Water, food, leadership, everything becomes a complaint. Egypt, the land of bondage, suddenly sounds preferable. Archaeology confirms nomadic survival was harsh, and ancient groups constantly moved for resources. Israel's organized camps and detailed censuses were exceptional, reflecting planning and divine guidance rather than random wandering. Then comes rebellion. Korah, Dathan, and Abiram challenge Moses, questioning leadership. God responds decisively. Earth opens. Fire descends. Authority and order are non-negotiable. Ancient Near Eastern records show that civilizations failed when hierarchy and structure broke down. Numbers preserves these moments to demonstrate that faith and obedience are essential for survival, not optional. Even the detailed rituals, sacrifices, purification, offerings aren't arbitrary. Archaeology shows consistent temple practices across Israel and neighboring cultures, confirming that Israel's identity was unique and intentional. Amid the trials, a central truth emerges. Miracles alone don't create trust. Character, obedience, and faith do. Each complaint, each test, each census is a lesson in readiness. God's presence remains at the center, guiding, shaping, and preparing a people for the promise. By the end of this section, Israel is still wandering, but the story has shifted. It's no longer about escape. It's about formation, preparation, and the refining process that separates fear from faith. If this is reshaping how you see the Bible, share it with someone who thinks it's just myth, because the next part connects the story directly to the land, history, and real-world evidence. As Numbers draws to a close, the Israelites finally stand on the edge of the Promised Land. The generation that doubted is gone. Only those tested and refined remain. This is not punishment, it is preparation. Faith has been forged in the crucible of the wilderness. God gives precise instructions, cities to capture, boundaries to respect, tribes to inherit. This isn't myth, it's historical logistics. Archaeology confirms settlement patterns in Canaan that align with Numbers' descriptions. Ancient cities, fortified towns, and tribal divisions match the biblical record. The story of Numbers isn't just spiritual. It intersects with the real, tangible world. Even battles illustrate a principle. Size and strength alone don't determine outcomes. Strategy, trust in God, and obedience do. When Israel faces giants, it isn't their enemy that defines them, it is their faith. Generations later, the lesson remains. Fear without trust leads to failure. Courage grounded in preparation leads to inheritance. Numbers also preserves the laws, rituals, and censuses. These details reveal a people deliberately organized, a society with identity, purpose, and covenant at its core. Archaeological evidence of sacrificial altars, tribal markers, and settlement layouts confirms that Israel was building a distinctive culture unlike any surrounding nation. The final lesson is striking. Miracles alone don't make a people faithful. Character, discipline, and readiness do. The wilderness was not wasted. It was a forge. For non-believers, the takeaway is clear. Numbers isn't just a story. It's a record of a real people in a real place, whose experiences, structure, and culture leave evidence that lines up with history. Freedom requires formation. Promise demands preparation. And survival, spiritual or societal, depends on obedience and trust. Numbers ends not with wandering, but with a people ready to step into their inheritance, shaped, tested, and aligned with their purpose. If this challenges what you thought about the Bible, share it with someone who thinks Scripture is only stories, because here, history and faith meet in the most tangible way.